All right. Hello. Today I'm going to speak to you about the power of the subconscious mind. This is something that's very important to you, and you're going to want to know it. Why? Because we know that there are a lot of people that whatever they do turns to gold. They seem to be charmed. They live charmed lives. Nothing can go wrong with them. And then there are other people who struggle all the time and never seem to get anywhere, and they're very much like victims, and it's very difficult. So which category do you belong in? What we want to do is move over to the category where we're the charmed ones, and there's a way to do that. When I was raised, there was a sense of you're supposed to take what you get, you're supposed to not complain and just receive what it is and be okay with it. And that didn't make a lot of sense to me, because there were holy books that actually said, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be opened, and God helps those who help themselves. Okay, well that seems to be different from just take what you get and be happy. So I started looking at successful people to understand what was going on. Why were some of these people so successful and others were not? So here's how it all works. The subconscious mind, which we all have, has the ability to take your imagination and convert it into reality. So the saying is that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real and an imagined experience. So when I learned this way back, I started imagining my life the way I wanted it to be, imagining the abundance and the joy and the fulfillment that I wanted. And what happened was everything started moving that way, and opportunities, people, and events started showing up in my life, very, very much like all of you. And so what we want to do is understand this principle, because what we have in our midst then is the ability to take control of our life. The scientists call this the quantum field, the subconscious mind as the quantum field, the holographic field, and Einstein referred to it as the unified field. And so that means that this is the field of energy we live, breathe, and have our being in. We are all functioning in it right now. Every time you think a thought, you're putting a blueprint into that field. And if you think of it like you're sitting at a computer and the internet is the field of all possibilities, and we go, which site do we go to? Do we go to the one that talks about who's killing who today? Or do we go to the site that says, here's the latest cure for something or other? Or we go to the site where the jokes are and we can laugh ourselves silly? Where do we put our attention? That's the cue for how you're living your life. So when we're focusing our attention, we become magnets, and we begin to draw to us exactly what we're putting out in our thought system. So if I'm thinking of abundance and joy, I'm attracting opportunities to have abundance and joy. If I decide I'm living in abundance and joy, I attract even more opportunities to have that. So now you can understand why people who are talking about illness all the time tend to be ill, sick a lot. Or why people who are focused a lot on opportunity, how it seems to show up for them all the time. People who live in gratitude have more of what they're grateful for. Oprah Winfrey is a great example of that. So we get to choose where we want to put our attention, and in this giant computer, you are the operator. The internet is a metaphor for the mass energy that we're working with, but you are the operator. You get to choose how you're going to operate that computer. Sports figures use this principle all the time. When you're going to play tennis, you say to yourself, I am a terrible tennis player. I can guarantee you, your subconscious mind immediately puts your body, your mind, and your position, your arms, the force which you hit the ball, everything is now calculated so that you could be a terrible tennis player. And when you change that around and say, no, I am a great tennis player, and every day I get better and better and better. The subconscious mind immediately puts the right coach in your life, the right partners in your life, the right tennis court, and you begin to get better and better and better. So sports figures use this all the time. Jack Nicklaus is a great example in that he mentioned to the news that he always visualizes where his ball is going to go before he ever hits the ball. So this is a principle that's readily available to anybody. And I'm hoping that you can take this principle into your life and decide who you want to be and how you want to live your life and what do you want to experience mostly. We so much miss the point at times when we listen to the news and we let that energy take us over, and then we become magnets for more and more negative stuff. So I'm encouraging you to drop the news and decide to focus your mind on all the wonderful, glorious things that we have available to us in our culture, in our world. And thank you very much.